What's up, everybody? It's the Thegoal60 here on March the 6th, 2018. We're only about 23 days away from the start of the Major League Baseball season. If you haven't checked out the first video that I put out depicting how the revenge system that we used last year works, the link will be in the description below, and I invite you to go check that out after you watch this video. We'll be using both of these systems all year long, and hopefully we'll have a lot of success like we have in years past. Also, if you're new to this channel, think about subscribing, and if you do subscribe, make sure you hit that bell. That way you get all the new content that will be coming out each day this baseball season. So now that I have that out of the way, let's talk about the system for this video and how it works, and kind of give you a background of what it's all about. So this is based off of RPI, Relative Power Index. Now, if you've watched the previous video on the revenge system, you'll know that I rely heavily on the RPI. To me, it's just a very good basis of looking at a team. And the way it works is it's based off of your record, but also the opponent that you're playing, and even further than that, it's based off of their record and who they've played. So as you can tell, it's very in-depth. It's also very easy to find just by looking it up on Google, and it's updated daily once the season gets started and gets rolling. Now, this is a chase system, and if you don't know what that means, it's very simple. Pretty much, we go into a series looking to win 1 unit. So in game 1, we bet to win the 1 unit. If we win, we are completely finished with that series. But if we do lose, we go to game 2, in which we will bet to win what we lost from game 1 plus what we originally looked to win, the 1 unit. If this happens again, we will be forced to take a game 3. Now, if you were on board last season and followed that revenge system all the way through, you know that we had some weeks where we didn't have any games. And then we had some weeks where there was some very high volume, and we had a lot of games to be played. That's just how the season fell and how the parameters hit for us to have plays. With this system, added in conjunction with the revenge system, we're going to have a ton of volume for this season. There are going to be plays every week of the season all the way through mid-August when we stop using it. And I can tell you that it's going to be very exciting. I'm very happy about this. When I back tested it, there was a lot of success. There was a lot of games to be played, and I know that keeps everybody interested and involved and excited on how it turns out. With that volume, I will say this. The revenge system is proven, and it's also very successful. So if there is a case during the season where we are on both sides, we will follow the revenge system. It will take precedence over this system at any point. It is just that strong. So now that we've been through the background of the system, we've talked about how it compares to the revenge system and what takes precedence, now we'll start looking at the parameters that make this system work and things that we have to get through before something becomes a play. The first parameter is that we're only going to be playing 3-game series. No 2-game series and no 4-game series. So once we have eliminated all 2 and 4-game series, we now look at the RPI rankings. We don't want to go against a team that is in the top 3 of the RPI, and we don't want to be on a team that is in the bottom 3 of the RPI. Once we've eliminated those, we start looking at teams that are 5 or more points ahead of their opponent in the first game of the series. Now that we've made it through these parameters, let's talk about price. If you know anything about betting baseball, you know that you have a money line and a run line. We're not going to be messing with any totals this season. This is only head-to-head teams. So if the team we're looking at is the favorite, we're going to take the money line. But we do not want that money line to be more than minus 150 in the first game. If our team is the underdog, we're going to look at taking the run line. But also, we don't want a price that is more than minus 150 in that first game as well. The reason for that is, with it being a chase, we don't want to be adding up too much in the second and third game and taking away our bankroll. So we want to kind of eliminate teams, that may have their ace going in the first game and be minus 200 or something like that. It's too much risk for the reward. The last thing that I'll say about price is that I'm going to try my best to look at the rotations of who we're taking. It doesn't really matter for the other team, because if we're getting plus money, that's great. But for us, if You know, if we're going into game 1 at -140 and then we do lose and we have to look at game 2, we don't want somebody like Clayton Kershaw coming up and charging us -300 just to win everything that we lost in game 1 plus our original unit. So I'm going to try my best to look at the rotation and, you know, maybe pass on some series simply because we can't afford the risk that it may come with that. So if you see somebody coming up that you know is going to be a higher price, and, you know, point it out. Make sure you hit us up on @Thegoal60 on Twitter, or comment here below with these videos that'll be coming out every day. You know, just keep a heads up. Let's make this a community thing. Let's try to, you know, benefit everybody by doing so. So make sure you hit us up, and I'll try to pay attention as much as I can and look forward to the future. Obviously, you can't predict the future. You're not going to guarantee who's starting, but you can get a pretty good, you know, idea of who's coming up. Those are the parameters that we'll be following for this system. One thing that always comes up, people will message me, and that's completely fine, but also I just want to state that we do not care if it is a home team or an away team. In baseball, home field advantage is very small, if anything. In football, basketball, hockey, other things, home field advantage may be very strong, especially in football. But in baseball, we don't really care. So that is the RPI betting system. So now this video is coming to a conclusion. And if you've watched the other video, you have seen both systems that I'll be using this summer in games. And if you haven't, make sure you click that link in the description to go check out that revenge system. It is proven and it will win. This video going in conjunction with it, I really think we're going to have a successful season. But make sure that you like and share this video. As always, that is greatly appreciated, as I am a small channel and look forward to the growth. You know, the last season during baseball, we had a lot of growth with folks. Last football season, the growth exploded for what our channel already was. So I look forward to that, keeping and growing. Make sure you comment below. Make sure you subscribe and hit us up on Twitter @Thegoal60. And as always, you can check out the vlogs on Thegoal60.com. So I really appreciate you guys watching this, taking the time out of your day to check it out. And I look forward to an exciting, successful season. So until the beginning of the season, take it easy and good luck. Thanks.
60% of the time, it works every time.